This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Ava swings and drives this one to center. Johnson going back. It's good. It's good. Huskers win. Huskers win. Huskers win. Huskers win. 5-3 on the Kuzak two-run home run.
Say he was meeting you here today to take you to his mansion in the sky.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Happy Victory Friday. Welcome into the Morning Hookup. Go Hooks like a Herbal YZ. Tan Man hanging out as well with us today. Boy, what a night. What a night. What a day. My goodness. Hope you all had the stamina to stay up and watch a 10-inning magical night in Oklahoma City for Nebraska and Arkansas. We'll jump into that. There's a lot of stories within that game last night. Also today, 3 o'clock, Nebraska. Hopefully, game one starts at 3 o'clock regional baseball.
The forecast this afternoon looks like it clears up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it's never supposed to be severe.
Nope. Just the showers. But it'll be interesting as we get to it based on the fact that we are at regional baseball. These decisions coming out will be different than if we were playing a weekend Big Ten series or a Tuesday night game with this. They will try their best. Again, you saw the tarps went on last night or yesterday when they got done practicing. The decisions will be different when to start these games.
Yeah.
So that they're both on an even playing field. You're getting the best baseball, all that stuff. We'll talk about that. We'll preview that coming up. NBA, boy, we got a game 7 coming up. What a night for the Spurs. That look like a very lackluster performance from the Thunder, the defending champions. Talking about game 7. Jeff Moats, the Almanac, will join us coming up. High school, we'll go back and look at high school state baseball one more time with the Moats. High school golf concluded yesterday as well, and a whole lot more.
I think we also might get a brief appearance from one Justice Rhodey at the end of the show.
Tarps on or tarps off when he walks in?
Hopefully on. This is still work.
Well, be good for the stream.
Would it? I don't know if it would.
I don't know. As much as he works out,
he's ginger.
He talked about his.
That's pale though. That's like that's put on sunglasses if he takes his shirt off. You know.
Talked about his diverse portfolio. Maybe he's looking to diversify even more on the Morning Hookup.
Watch live as we give Justice Rhodey his sunscreen for the day.
Yeah. Mom, look at me. I'm doing it. Mom, look at me. I have my sunscreen. It's on.
SPF 50.
Here we go. Boy. First of all, what a dynamic day in college softball yesterday. There was a lot of, I would call them upsets. One team, throughout the day, it was like a kind of an up and down day, but some dynamic softball. Right? The defending champions went down in game 1. Tennessee gave them a little business. Alabama stormed back in a game that UCLA had the lead 3-1. They lost 6-3. Texas Tech kept rolling with another run rule game for them.
Their offense is
incredible.
Yeah.
Their offense, incredible. What was the other game? Is that all of them? Then us. That game.
What was the other one?
What was the other game?
Oh, yeah.
In a much anticipated.
The extra innings thriller.
My goodness. The game started off, obviously, status quo. You had mano a mano from, and I don't even forget the other lady's name because I didn't know that. We'll get to that. What I didn't understand about softball, that is, I don't like, that I found out that you could do.
It's a re-entry.
That's awful. Mm-hmm. Sorry. That's wild to me. But this game, again, got started off, and then, boy, little Fromm made a mistake early in the second, give up a home run, 2-0. Nebraska responds a couple innings later in that one. And then you give up another one late, and then you get, Core home run in the 8th. My goodness. Sparked it all again. Fromm gets out. Core, bam. There you go. There's a moment right there you'll remember. Fromm continues to roll. And then Cusack. The walk-off 2-run bomb. 5-3. Nebraska gets it done. As you had a weird feeling because they had been in this situation before in the Women's College World Series and lost. But team of fate. Right now when you're looking at it.
and no one's going to believe me because there was no video cameras rolling or anything, but I was sitting on my couch last night. Kuzak's up at the plate. There comes the graphic on the screen. Nebraska 0 for 9 with two outs and runners in scoring position.
Yep.
Or is it just 2 outs in general? It was just 2 outs in general. Nebraska 0 for 9 with 2 outs. And that graphic came up.
It was a 0. I know that.
And I sat there and I said, home run right now. And then she hits the home run. And I went, I wish I had a video camera rolling.
Yeah, we were sitting there.
One of the coolest things I've ever done.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, if I had the camera rolling. Some people rewind their TVs and do like the live reaction thing. I'm like, I'm not going to pull that one. I did call the home run on the pitch it happened. Wow. Let it be known.
I was able to sit there with my boys, both watching it, jumping out of our seats. What a great moment. But there's so many things within this game. When you don't think you could add to a legacy and a career anymore, Jordy Fromm does. Right? 10 innings, 133 pitches, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. Also did contribute a hit in the game. But her ability to stay within this game and have the stamina to get the big outs, that stretch between where she retired 11 straight big moments in that game. Because Arkansas is a very good offensive team. And there are some of those hitters were very unorthodox when you watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Their leadoff, the little slap, boy, that's tough. But you got the moments. I also threw this 103, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. But was there the night of the third baseman last night?
Ooh.
Both sides.
Hot corner.
Oh, my goodness. Moments within moments in this game. This was an epic Women's College World Series softball game.
Yeah.
And it was just the first for Nebraska.
I mean, it was just epic.
Yeah.
Big time crowd. Hope everyone's not sad because it was, well, how do we got to travel all this way to be a pro Nebraska crowd? Yay. I could not at one point, the calling of the whatevers, the pigs, the cow, the hogs. Ugh, that makes me sick. I'm sorry. I got to a point in that game. I'm like, the phrase, it's too bad one of these teams had to lose. No, it's not. I'm good with it. I liked sadness when they were sitting over there. Sadness. But just epic moments in this game is now Nebraska wins. They move on. They get a day off. They'll take on Alabama.
And what stands out to me the morning after is, Core and Kuzak were the big-time players make big-time plays, big-time moments. Yep. But how about Jordy? Like it took her about the first 2 innings to figure out what the zone was going to be last night.
By the way, that thing was not easy. That was tight for a while.
How about the strike call too? You like that?
Woo! Dude, my kids kept telling me it sounded like Ric Flair was calling strikes the entire night.
My roommate was asking me, what Husker fan is sitting by the camera here wooing? I go, that's the umpire.
That's the umpire. Don't you worry.
Yeah. No, but Jordy, once she figured out where the zone was going to be and she could kind of live in it, holy cow. She starts retiring batters left and right. Mm-hmm. And what stood out to me is she's in the 10th inning, 130 pitches in, and it looks like it did in the 4th still.
Oh, it was still, the gas was still there. She was still up her 60s with the fastball, still locating everywhere she wanted to be.
And what's the trend in baseball? And baseball and softball, similar sports. Hey, once you get second and third time through the lineup, it gets a lot more difficult because hitters have seen you. Yeah. She was on her 6th time through the lineup. It did not matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like they had maybe a slightly better sense, but she was still keeping them off balance, keeping runs off the board. That's what stands out. You go 6 times through the lineup, and the other team still looks at times lost in the batter's box against you.
They couldn't figure it out.
Especially when you give up too early like that. Some pitchers will get scared and be like, oh, boy, like that'll knock you off your rocker a little bit. You start missing the zone. No, she had command of everything. She was challenging hitters the entire night.
Yep. And you're familiar with Dr. Larry Woodman? He's a sports psychologist, essentially. And he's worked with Jordy in the past. And he posted up a great quote that he had with her on his podcast because they worked together. And whenever she made the move from Oklahoma to Nebraska, he did some work with her. And the thing that stood out, the quote within the quote was Jordy talked about how she had to kind of cut some of her perfectionism that she played with through much of her career because it was handcuffing her. The quote was, if I try to be perfect, I'm putting myself in handcuffs. That's what last night looks like. She is not going to be affected by a 2-run blast.
No, you could see the eyes locked in. It's like, all right, they got two.
It
Let's go to work.
Wasn't a great pitch. Left over the heart of the plate. They take you deep. It was a so what? Like you knew one run probably wasn't going to win this game.
No.
So Arkansas gets 2 on the board. Okay, you got plenty of time to go. Let your bats warm up. But very interesting how she talked about how what freed her up to go be her best was to get rid of the perfectionism.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and I think last night's kind of the evidence of that is that, hey, something goes wrong for you in the second, it doesn't matter.
She was
you weren't here to be perfect. You're here to win.
Yeah, you just added that back in. She made defensively made the plays you need to make the plays. You got the pitch when you needed the right pitch. The double play ball was dynamic back to her. And also you go back to when they tied this thing up. How about, and this is lessons for everyone out there watching the game of baseball or softball or whatever, when they tied it up in the fourth, how about the most unselfish at bat of the entire game? The little slow roller to second base that tied it up. There's moments like that where you sacrifice yourself. You got to do the right thing because you get that ball to the right side. That's how you score with a runner in scoring position. Mm-hmm. It's not pulling the ball. It's not lifting the ball. It's just getting it to the right side. But a very pivotal at bat in that one.
Doing a job.
I texted that to my great friend who we coach with. I just said, did a job. That's all it was. Just did a job. I can still envision this. Also, by the way, record crowd for that session, 12,605 put in there. I do believe it's shout out to that venue, the way they pack it in, the way they do things in Oklahoma City. All of those games were packed, full of energy, great softball being played. It's just an amazing atmosphere. It's probably more highlighted this year because we're there. We're probably watching more. I watched more other softball than I did all year long yesterday. Catching that and being on the edge of my seat, intrigued by what's happening.
Well, it does have a feel that's similar to Omaha. And again, this is not new. It's not a Nebraska thing. But whenever you have neutral fans from the area that show up, love the sport.
Well, they got season tickets. They're doing all that. They've been locked in for 20 years.
Hey, maybe they're Oklahoma fans. They're still showing up despite the fact Oklahoma isn't there. They're rooting for the neutral. And you saw as that night wore on, it got later in the evening. Some of the neutrals dispersed on out of there, and it became a more Husker Homer crowd, I felt, as the game went on. But regardless, the softball tournament and the men's baseball tournament, both in the perfect locations because of what it means to the community around there. Mm-hmm. The softball tournament, the Women's College World Series, means a ton to the Oklahoma City community. They show up in droves to go support. It's the same way for the Men's College World Series up in Omaha.
Mm-hmm. Now,
so tip your cap, but
yes, and Jeff Snitzman, you nailed it on here a couple times. By the way, you said, "And go Big Red." Great softball game last night. Let's hope the baseball team does not put us through that much suspense for South Dakota State. You're right about that. Good morning, Shane. I said both teams third base played awesome. Yes, the hot corner. They were busy all night. They played great and made some athletic plays. Absolutely.
Now you look forward.
You got a juggernaut in front of you.
Yeah, well, Arkansas was. Whenever you're talking RPI,
that's the
softball
toughest.
RPI. If you include the postseason, Nebraska came into this tournament ranked number 1, the live RPI. Mm-hmm. Arkansas came in ranked number 2, and ranked number 3, Alabama.
I just think that was again, you look at these matchups throughout, and again, just being the 4-5 seed there, that was the toughest matchup. Like Nebraska, I don't want to say they've learned a lot, but that's a tone-setting win in this postseason for them. For an Arkansas team, by the way, that had not been really tested throughout the postseason. But that team, Nebraska, getting through that, the perseverance, again, you got the other juggernaut sitting in front of you. You got Alabama. You saw what they did. Can you help me out, though? I first of all, last night, and the announcer even said it, man, how many girls were on that Arkansas roster? I mean, they pinch ran so many times. Did they have like 30 ladies? Pinch run after pinch runner. Yeah. Like, where are you putting these? They're all fast. Secondly, maybe I'm just novice or blind to it, but the re-entry of the pitcher, I was confused because I thought maybe like the rules mimicked each other. Not the case.
No, you can read her.
She walked back at him like, she got a twin?
Wait a second.
Confused.
Yeah, I was unaware of that rule too.
I was very unaware, and that's just probably on me. That one's on me. And that rule, you knew it. Mm. It was on me. Because I'm like, well, they walked back out. I'm like, well, they got a third pitcher? This is unique. First of all, I was blown away from a pitching change. As much softball as I've watched, I don't think I've ever seen a pitching change. It's, unique enough.
Speaking of pitching, Nebraska, do you go back to Jordy, or with a day of rest, do you go to Jensen?
You're going to Jensen. I think maybe you're going to Jensen at least to start, and then Jordy can come back. That's just me. That's what I would probably be thinking right now from a different look, from a left-handed perspective. From a different look, is I thought that's what confused Nebraska early on in this game, the left-hand side, because Nebraska has a few left-handed hitters, which lefty gives you some of the advantage there. I don't know if you go to the well too many times, but Jordy will pitch in the Alabama game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they still don't know in that coaching staff for sure.
Yeah.
I bet you're going to be having conversations with Jordy over the next 24 hours, seeing how she feels after throwing almost 140 pitches. But softball, it's different. The strain it puts on your arm, a lot more lower body strength is factored in here. So I bet you'll be having conversations here and asking the question, hey, how do you feel?
Yeah.
Because this is Jordy we're talking about.
I get
one of the best competitors in all of female sports, if not just all of sports. I bet you she's going to want that ball.
Yeah, and it's going to be
she's going to want to be in the circle.
It's going to be a tough conversation, obviously, with a competitor like that and making the right not for her, but right decision. As you got to look through. I want the ball versus
what's best for the team.
Yeah.
Are
you like? I get it, but I'm sure you're a little fatigued. And again, a day off and a lot of therapy and all the stuff that they're going to be able to get her through. But also some of that is the mantra of the flow of what you've been doing all year. Right? Could it be? I think it's a hard decision they got coming up.
I did like as that game wore on, it was getting to like the 9th and the 10th, and they started showing videos from inside the bullpen, giving us the live look in at Jensen. There was never even a thought that Jordy was leaving that game.
They just said, go down there, hang out. And you see her like she's kind of flipping the ball like, I ain't going in, guys.
There was never a thought that Jensen was going to that game.
But this bullpen is cool. So that'll be coming up. Big decision coming up. They'll get Alabama on Saturday, 6:00 on the big network, ESPN.
I'll just say with that whole conversation in mind, if your national player of the year says she's ready to go and she wants the ball, I don't see how you keep the ball out of her hands.
You don't. I think if you just got to ride it.
If you're Jensen, you got to be ready to go. But I bet there'll be conversations happening because if Jordy says she wants the ball and she says she's good to go, hey, maybe you give her a slightly shorter leash. But I don't think it'd be crazy to put her back out there. She's the national player of the year. We'll see how the recovery process goes.
I don't think it's crazy that she goes out and starts. But I could see it on both sides. I think I know for a fact she will pitch at some point in the Alabama game. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about that. And that point. 6:00 Saturday night, ESPN. Here we go. All right, let's take our first break. Speaking of a game, there's another one. There's another big one today at 3:00. We already know who's pitching in that game. Nebraska, South Dakota State. Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk all Lincoln Regional coming up.
Before the break, I want to play it one more time.
Let's do it. He didn't hear it.
Swings and tries this one to center. Johnson going back. It's good. Huskers win. Huskers win. Huskers win. Huskers win. 5-3 on the Kuzak two-run.
And credit Nate Rohr, Husker Radio Network. Yeah. Great job.
Incredible call.
He's been on the play-by-play duties for Husker softball for a long time now. He's incredibly passionate about it. I got a chance to travel with the softball team back in college when I was working for Husker Vision, and to see his passion, the work ethic that he puts in for Husker softball. It's incredible. He does an awesome thing on the bus every single time where he puts on the broadcaster's voice and they announce the starting lineup on the bus. He grabs the microphone out in the bus and announces the starting lineup, and it's electric. He has, for the work he's put in, deserved this trip and this experience that he's getting with this softball team. So I want to tip the cap to him. Always love a fellow broadcaster that puts in the work. He is absolutely the kind of guy that puts in the work. Full credit to him on that call last night. He did a great job.
A great job. Again, as we go to break, let's hope today's game isn't that exciting. Because if that's the case, we're in for a long one. So all right, we'll be right back. Tanner Hooks, good morning. Got him up out of bed. He's pretty fired up. We're going to the game this afternoon. Lunch. Might be stopping. No, not might be. Will stop by the RV today.
Stopping for a pawn show too.
Yep. I'm gonna stop down there.
Surprised you got him out of bed.
Oh, for this? For a day with Dad? I'll take that back. For coming and hang out with the radio and see you guys.
Are you out of school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Free lunch? Baseball?
True.
And getting up super early tomorrow to be in Seward by 7? Oh, yeah.
Let's run a scrimmage of my team versus Tanner's team.
Uh-oh. 14s versus 11s.
Oops.
Could you do it?
No.
Yeah. You
Oh, believe in yourself.
Yeah,
It's baseball. Anything can happen.
Shit. 11s.
I'm sure you've taken.
You got it, but you got to play.
You've taken some ABs from Big Brother in the front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had some.
It's not that different. They just throw a little harder. Breaking ball moves a little bit more.
You should we could do that, but you got to do it from the 11s length.
Yeah.
Make the 14s adjust to the smaller. Yeah, throwing over the backstop from the bump. Talking baseball. What a day. What a night. Let's go into here. Let's go here. I don't want to be there. I want to go here. Here.
Did you see what Kuzak said post game last night? Where she goes, "Oh yeah, I knew I hit it good, but I didn't know if it was going to be out or not." She pimped it like it was out. She hit the slow jog. She tossed the hands up in the air.
I'm here to tell you that was a no doubt.
Yeah.
They hit the bats like, bye. How about doing that again? And the fact that a few of her parents getting the softball again, it's pretty cool.
But Core's home run was like, I think it was a line drive with backspin. It just stayed in the air forever.
That was a fun one. Sometimes I was getting annoyed with a few of the Arkansas hitters, the slappies, which I know that's part of the game in softball. Like they have those. But the one girl that was really good lefty hitter, but she'd get 2 strikes and she'd hold. Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. Happy Husker Homer Friday. Can I get a weather update from one Elijah Herbal on your upgraded weather app? What are we looking like? We got a 3:00 game. We got doors open at 1:30. I'm sure the grills will be fired up about noon. There's a special RV parked down there today that a plentiful of sports radio hosts might be stepping in and out of today.
Let it be known after that light rain we had just about all night long, it does appear both my radar and looking out the window. You're gonna have to depending on where you are in Lancaster
There he
County or
is.
Lincoln.
He's getting the up-to-date look out the window view from our studio.
I believe it's not currently raining. Now that might not encompass all of the city of Lincoln. I'm pretty confident, at least in our neck of the woods here in North Lincoln, and according to the Doppler radar, that there's currently no rain coming down. We are looking a little later this afternoon. There's some stuff in the back end of this system that hit Lincoln again. Nothing severe. As this afternoon progresses, the chances of rain are dropping more and more by the hour. From essentially in the 50% range here early or in the next 2 hours or so, all the way down to less than 25% by the time we should be playing baseball this afternoon. Chances kick back up again tomorrow morning through midday. That is the time to watch. And then again overnight, Saturday into Sunday, with those rain chances dissipating as you get into Sunday afternoon and evening. So we're looking at some overnight showers. There are some chances for some daytime stuff, but as of now, the baseball playing hours look Look decent.
Pretty good, huh?
Look decent. I would again be surprised if we went an entire weekend without any sort of weather questions or delays. But but compared to 24 hours ago, where I was worried if you'd be able to complete a regional as a whole, with what the weather forecast looks like, we are looking better right now. It looks like the daytime hours, at least today and tomorrow, you should be pretty clear to play some baseball.
Good stuff there. And again, the cautious throwing it out there, they will make different decisions on when this starts based on the level of baseball we're going to be hopefully seeing this weekend. It won't be like a weekday Tuesday or a Big Ten Friday night or something. There'll be a different decision being made coming up. But we do know this 3:00 time around there in Nebraska will take that field today in a capacity crowd today that'll be fired up, ready to go. Carson Yassa to the bump for Nebraska. I don't know who's on their side. Don't care. I hope we knock him out in a few innings, and then we're moving on pretty quick in this one.
There's no such thing, and I've said this a couple times this week, there's no such thing as any bad baseball teams that are still playing at this point in the year.
No, you're there for a reason.
But I kind of like the point you just made. From a team point of view, I'm sure they're scouting it out. From a fan point of view, if you have to be worried about who South Dakota State is throwing, you're not in a place where you're going to be getting out of this regional. Simple as that in my eyes. Today, this afternoon, it's about Nebraska. Get some run support. Go put 4 or 5 innings on the board. Go trust your ace to go get you to a Saturday. Simple as that to me. You have to deal with the emotions. That's the bigger thing that I think you look at today and you worry about. Less than what South Dakota State is. More, how does Nebraska, the bats, the pitching, how do they handle the emotions? This has been something they have been building to for years now. The core of this roster has been for pretty much their entire Husker careers. I don't want to say dreaming, but the goal has been host a regional in Lincoln. Get the fans out there. Give yourself the best chance to go make a super regional. Well, you finally achieved that. How do you handle the emotions of a day like today where you are finally playing a regional in front of the home crowd? It should be packed down there at Haymarket Park. How do you handle those emotions? That's the bigger question to me. It's not about what South Dakota State does. You have shown time and time again this year your resiliency and your talent as a baseball team. If you can handle those emotions, show that resiliency again, you should be skating your way into a Saturday evening at Haymarket Park with a chance to go play in a send yourself to a super regional type game, a win the regional type game.
It's right where I was going. It's all about Nebraska today. Again, we could dice this thing up and down and sideways with their pitching staff, what it looks like. I don't care. I don't think that's where this needs to be. This needs to be Nebraska going out there. Yassa, you're the one. Go shove it. Bats get going. Knock him out. Make this a quick one. And I think proving that point is a big one. Go out there as a team. You need to go handle your business. Don't let them hang around, because teams that hang around cause problems late in games. South Dakota State is going to give you all they got, but it shouldn't be that against Nebraska. And I know people have said, well, what about the game before? This is both these teams, by the way. I'll tell you, both these teams are completely different teams than when you played them back in March?
Well, especially, April, May. I mean, it's a midweek game.
It's a midweek game. We went through it a couple of days ago about who didn't play, who didn't catch, who we pitched. It's a different. You're going to get the absolute different ball club right here in this situation. Your ace, your top to bottom lineup, positioned out there perfectly where it should be, and your guys shoving it. Get it done.
And it's a team that they've been playing better baseball since about mid-April. They finished their season a rough one against Omaha, but then they went and kind of ran through the Summit League Championship, playing good baseball. But they're not you. I know we talk about the fact that the Big Ten, they're not a baseball power. You've played some good teams this year. So is South Dakota State, but for the most part, South Dakota State has not won the games against good opposition. They played some good teams. They lost to Minnesota. They lost to Oklahoma State. They lost to Nebraska, Kansas State. Like, they have some good teams on their schedule. They didn't win those games.
No, you can play them, but you gotta compete and win them.
Now, those teams, for the most part, they did not play on weekend series. There's midweek games, and again, a weekend type environment is different. You're throwing your best guys, but it's still a one-off game here. The goal should be you win this game. You shouldn't be playing South Dakota State again. Simple as that. This is a dispatch. Send them to the loser's bracket. Hey, good luck against Arizona State or Ole Miss. That's the goal today. And you're the better baseball team. You got one of the weaker 4 seeds which is kind of the give and the take of, hey, you got a brutal 2 and a brutal 3 in your regional, but you got an easier 4 seed. Go handle your business, do what you're supposed to do. Stress-free environment, get yourself to a Saturday evening with a chance to go play on a Sunday. Simple as that to me.
How do you manage Yasa, knowing that you want to use him in his regional as well?
I don't think you worry about Sunday and Monday on a Friday.
No. Yeah.
It's about the team in front of you. Now, if you find yourself up 8-1 in the 5th inning, 6th inning,
Yeah.
Make that call.
then you can sit there and say, okay, can we start playing around with maybe trying to keep some pitches off his arm? But this is not a hey, we're going to throw him 60 and then hopefully we can have him back on Sunday and Monday. You're not going to play that game. Take care of the team in front of you. Give a guy 2 days off and see if you can get a few innings out of him on Monday, but you're worried about the team in front of you. It's what is it? Teams, 1 seeds that win their first game make it to a super regional almost 75% of the time.
Yep.
Teams that lose that first game as a 1 seed lose their regional about 75% of the time.
Yep. And I think if you listen
Take
to
care of the
Coach
first
Bolt
one.
talk yesterday, he kind of gave you exactly their thoughts. You're not going to disrespect the region. You're going to take it all serious. We're going to come out. You got our guy. Go win a game. Move on. This is a time of the year where there's no how do I put it? You don't leave anything for chance. You don't second guess. You just go. Right? You just go. And again, I know we all contemplated about the pitching rotation, what we thought it should look like, how, blah, blah. But again, I respect the way that Nebraska and Coach Bolt are attacking this region.
Yeah, it feels like a business approach.
Yep.
Just, take care of business. And I brought that managing Yasa innings thing up because it is something you think about, but then when you really put it into perspective of how they are approaching it, that's probably the best way to go about it.
Yeah, and again, it's a great point to bring up. Not that it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a complete approach of see how it goes, and then start making those executive decisions when you're there. Get there first, because I do see a vision where if you're in the 5th or whatever, and he's at 60 whatever pitches, and you're up 6 or 7-0, then you're like, hey, Childress, let's talk, because I'm sure. This whole thing, and again, we coach youth baseball, it's a little bit different. I don't get it twisted that those two and that staff have not played out this entire regional from the arm perspective. It has been all mapped out, planned out with the option to audible whenever you need to. They have a plan.
And why you take care of business, why you worry about game 1, is that if you lose today, you got to win 4 straight to make it out of the region. If you win today, you can still afford a loss. And if you win tomorrow as well, you're talking, you just have to go 1 for 2 to go make a super regional.
Yep.
If you can win your first 2. But lose the first game, you are fighting uphill battle. 4 straight wins in baseball against the quality of opposition that you have in the Lincoln Regional.
It's next to 0.
That's a tough, tall order.
It's a tall order. So 3:00 today should be first pitch getting off with an electric crowd out there. Yasa to the bump. And again, if you go ahead, sorry.
Oh, continue.
If you also, I would encourage you, just from the regional perspective, if you got the night game, it's gonna be a really good night game tonight too. If the skies continue to stay clear, 1-on-1s, Arizona State, Ole Miss, you're gonna get to see their aces go out and go after it, and then a couple of electric offensive clubs. Could be really good baseball. If you're just want to be there and support the regional and things like that, could be a really nice night for baseball.
Yeah, and with both teams throwing their aces, you have some great aces and some great lineups. Tonight might be the game of the entire regional.
Yes.
Whenever you get to see the talent, Arizona State, what's that guy's name? He's fantastic.
I had the page up here.
It's under the C.
Yeah.
I was just reading something about it. But it's Elliott for Ole Miss. I know that. Okay.
Sorry, I'm drawing a blanket. My computer froze.
Research department.
Yeah. I'm getting there.
Arizona State.
Cole Carlin.
There it is.
Yeah. That dude, get this. You look at his stats. 124 strikeouts this year across 77 innings pitched.
My goodness.
Just 29 walks.
My goodness. They only hit opposing hitters 220 against them. 220.
Hard to make a prediction on this when you got two elite offenses and two teams throwing their aces.
When you got Ole Miss on the other side, well, that guy's going to be dynamic. That'll be a good pitching matchup. On the other side, I don't want your cookies. Stop. Could ask me about cookies.
Well, you also have, and here's the thing for these pitching staffs. Arizona State has 4 guys this year that have hit at least 15 home runs, and they have Landon Hairston, who has hit 28 home runs on the year. Like these type of lineups we're talking about here against the aces of your staff.
Amazing. Holy home runs.
This weekend, as it progresses, I think is going to be about offense. But one good pitching performance can totally change a regional, especially if it's from somebody you don't expect. Well, bring that reliever out of the pen. Go get yourself 6 outs against these lineups. That could be the difference between winning and losing a regional. With just how much power both these teams have. So,
but again, that'll be 8 o'clock tonight. Just some good baseball to be played in this regional. Hopefully, at that point, no, not hopefully. At that point of the night, Nebraska fans could be super happy and go watch baseball without a care in the world. Getting that first one out of the way. You feel like that from a Nebraska fan's perspective. You look at all of what's been there, right? You're looking at the massive crowds we're going to have today. You're looking at the first time since 2008 we've been able to do this. Check that box today. I think that'll be a monumental for this team is to check that first box. You felt like that last night too, softball, right? They got that off. They're done. Check the box, now go play. Right?
And win today. Set up a fun Saturday night for Husker fans.
Yeah,
the multi-screen action.
I don't even know how you do that because that means baseball would play at what time?
7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna be if that all panned out like phone and eyes. Trying to get both in with another sports night as well. That'd be game 7 of them. That'd be on the back burner of everybody's lives here in town.
Yeah, no, so.
That wouldn't even be watched. Even one Justice Rhodey might not even watch that.
He'd probably pull it up on his phone.
Yeah. How are you going to do that with tarps off?
Well, how do you? Okay, there's phone in one hand, shirt in the other. Where does the beer go?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
impossible.
Great perspective.
You got to get one of those hats that like has the straws that come down.
Justice in one of those would be electric.
Where does he sit in the stands? Like in the berm? Like, do they like? He's still going to be the tallest guy on the berm.
Front row. I need him right on that outfield wall on left.
That's what he did during basketball.
Oh, all the time in basketball.
You go to a basketball game, you look for 2 seconds. Oh, there's Justice.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's the massive ginger in the front row.
He might have to compete with TV time with another big fan in the stands. They both have about the same hair. Kevin.
Oh, yeah. Imagine
they both do the same.
Sit them next to each other.
Oh my!
Couldn't tell them apart.
No, not at all.
No,
one's a little more red, but that's it was a height challenge. But but they would be. We should put them on each end.
That's not fair to Kevin. Justice is like 6'5".
And Justice did just get a haircut yesterday.
So he trimmed it down.
The bird's nest is a little less.
Oh, he got it put back together.
It's more like a bird nest in spring as opposed to late summer. You know.
It's time for the baby birds to get out. We're not hibernating. We're not nesting right now. He's coming by maybe
later in the show.
All right.
Should be.
This will be awesome.
If he's not here, I have some phone calls to make.
All right, let's take another break. Good stuff. More baseball talk as we get moving forward as well. We'll take another break and we'll come back and let's do some This Day in Sports.
You guys seen any of the Oklahoma fan reactions on social media? Which I'm sure it's a small subset. It's always the people on social media that are PO'd are usually the...
About what?
About Jordy and how she left Oklahoma.
Oh, my gosh.
I just saw this tweet verbatim. Jordy could have gone to Nebraska from day one. She was recruited by Nebraska from the time she was 13. So if it was truly her dream to play for them, why didn't she go there from the beginning? We all know why. Insinuating money. I don't think you know the situation at all.
They don't.
Here's the world's smallest violin playing for you.
Yeah, it's
Are they doing the same thing with
she wanted to go to Nebraska. She was worried the head coach might not survive. Well, figuratively. There was some drama around Coach Ravel and her job with some of the allegations that were made.
Yep.
So you go off to Oklahoma and then you realize, okay, Rhonda's going to stick around, and also my future husband's back home in Nebraska. And it was always my dream to play for Nebraska.
There you go.
I'm sure she was taken care of financially at Nebraska. I'm also sure she would have been taken care of financially at Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
People online like to say whatever they want behind a screen sometimes.
Yeah, whenever they don't actually know what they're talking about.
She absolutely would have been taking care of both places. That's not a question. They're just mad because they're not there.
Well, they're mad because she's playing her best softball because she was not having a good time at Oklahoma. She was winning, but
it just wasn't for her.
In her personal life and in the softball playing experience, she was not having fun playing the sport she loved.
It's not on my side here.
And you can see the joy from that entire team. I was going to mention that. You can see the joy from that team, 1 through 9, everyone on that field, the joy with which they play. Forgot to mention that. I wanted to mention that.
It's coming.
It's the joy playing for their teammates, the joy playing for the fans, for their head coach.
Hold that thought. We will come back and do that.
Rare to see in sports, actually.
That's a great thought because of what some of the post-game stuff was said. Because in it, I'm going to be quiet. As I write down notes. I'm not a big notes guy a lot, but there you go.
We didn't see any videos from the canal last night, did we?
No, but it's...
We need Husker fans to step up their game.
Here we are again, another full week of Nebraska fans in Oklahoma City. Welcome back in the Morning Hookup. A few moments left hanging out with everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us on our Husker Homer Victory Friday. Something else that got me, we were talking about in the stream a little bit, and I tend to lean towards like it's such a weird, maybe it's softball. I want to tend towards it's that sport. But you said the word joy. Sorry, the word joy.
Mm-hmm.
And the quotes out of last night's game afterwards were, how many people are playing, like they wanted to for Jordy. The quote was like, we'll run through the wall for her. Could you see that in that team? Because in the day and era of transfer portal and the way you put, because we got what, 5 or 6 roughly. You got 3 from Arkansas. You got a couple from Oklahoma. I know that they've been teammates before, but man, you mentioned it during the stream. That's not, it doesn't feel real.
Well, I feel like the standard in college sports as of late in the NIL transfer portal era has been everyone's playing for me. It's kind of selfish with, I mean, this is not everybody out there, so I'm painting with a broad brush here, I know, but you see so many guys in sports, you're sitting out bowl games. Why? Because it's not good for me. The big number one. I'm going in the portal here soon. I'm going to the NFL draft here soon. I don't want to get hurt. College basketball. I know we have insight the whole Peterson saga at Kansas where how he's dealing with cramps, but you could also see there was a little bit of, I'm not going to go out there and put me second and put my team first, go out there and when my team needs me. With this softball team, the joy that they play with and the it's unselfishness that they play with. They're playing for everybody else. They're playing for their teammates. They're playing for their fans. They're playing for their head coach. And you see it whenever you see Core hit a home run, Kuzak hit a home run. They're not happy for themselves. They're happy because they got their team back into it. They tied the game. They won the game. It's rare to see, but it's the joy that permeates throughout the team that is so special to watch. I think that the smiles on the face. And then Jordy gets up there post game. And this is after she's been a 2-time national champion at Oklahoma. She gets up there post game and says, this was the happiest College World Series moment ever. She won a national championship.
Look,
she was a starring player her freshman year at Oklahoma when they won a national championship. But this was the moment that stands out to her as the happiest.
Look,
that speaks to what the team is.
Just watching I'm getting goosebumps. Just watching some of the emotions of them. You see the home runs being hit. The emotions, the hugs from your head coach, those things, the joy. It just was, I mean, you don't see it. You don't see it. And this is a team that they pinch hit last night. I mean, who was it that had a senior come in and pinch hit that absolutely hammered the softball? But like, oh man, but it was like, yeah, like that kind of, I don't know. There was something there.
They picked her up right away. Like, yeah.
Well, and I feel like if anyone, and
I don't know,
you guys been around baseball a long time, and I'm sure you've seen it before. A lot of times, whenever you choose to pinch hit for somebody, there's a little bit of that sulking nature of, man, I wanted the chance to hit. I know I've been hitting good today, coach, but this is going to be the one. You wouldn't get that feel that this would ever happen with the Husker softball team. That if someone got pinch hit for, they would go sulk in the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be the first person at the top of the stairs cheering for their teammate.
Yeah. Okay, girl, let's go.
That's special. It's rare. And I know you guys have both coached baseball, so you understand that.
And it is rare because I was blessed enough to experience it in the select world with my middle kids team. It's not real. That world is not real in select baseball until you get maybe to like 12, 13s when you finally are established. But it's a long run. It's not real.
Yeah.
But when you get to that point, you got to embrace it. And this team has embraced it throughout the entire thing. Now, I will say this with that too. That's embraced. I mentioned this during basketball season when Nebraska was I got to witness this during basketball season. You have to imagine that parent base is super cool like that too.
Oh, it is. Did you see
that's electric.
Did you see Bella Bacon's dad?
Yeah. Like those, like I watch basketball. I know a lot of those parents in that group, got introduced to them, but like you get to see those parents on the road at dinner together, in the lobbies together. It's a whole thing.
Wearing overalls together.
I mean, yeah.
If you're out there listening, imagine Bella Bacon's dad. Imagine a very muscular man with tattoos wearing overalls.
They showed him a lot, but like at points, like during pitches, he was like walking up and down.
Yeah, hands on the knees, bent over.
Also a guy, by the way, an individual you're not going to tell that he's down in front.
No.
You do what you want, bro.
You know what? I'll stand up.
I also did like the new celebration that the Fromm crowd put together.
Oh yeah,
it was a little bit less abrasive.
Yeah, well, it was no longer the self chop.
No, it was double chop.
You brought the teammates in with the double chop.
I wonder if that's one of those conversations you got to have. Like, you know how the umpires get together with the coaches, probably do a little pre-thing. Hey. I wonder if they brought the Fromm crew and go, hey guys, this might happen. At what level do we have to stop before the umpires that we get escorted out?
Now you have plausible deniability. This was not a self chop. I
didn't do it.
No, I didn't chop. I didn't chop anything,
and I wasn't even looking. I was over here. They just got me.
It's kind of like that Key and Peele skit where it was like, no, it was only 2 pumps. Yeah. I didn't get to 3.
It was one singular chop, and I didn't even do it. They did it without my permission. Now I'm cool with it, but
oh my goodness,
I accepted the chop, but it does not mean I wanted the chop.
It's kind of cool seeing non-Nebraska fans on social media see that and be like, what in the world is going on? And then they're kind of like, you know what? I kind of respect it.
I respect it. I like what the emotions of what's coming behind this.
Oh, wait, that's the starting pitcher's husband?
Just going back to it, the camaraderie, the togetherness of that unit, that's what makes that special of what's going on there. We're going to bring up another topic about that. I'm going to talk about with Moats and you guys too about that community of baseball. Because there's an organization out there that stepped up in a big way yesterday with a post that I truly believe in. Coming up, NBA and the Almanac, Jeff Moats. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back on a Husker Homer Friday.
Self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Host. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethost.com/terms.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and the world's #1 expandable hose has gone ballistic. The brand new Pocket Hose Ballistic is here, and it's the hose I reach for every time. This brand new anti-burst sleeve uses an extraordinary new liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, tough enough to handle anything your outdoor tasks throw its way. And that's not all. The Pocket Hose Ballistic comes with even more upgrades like thicker washers that resist leaks and an enhanced UV coating so your hose looks brand new year after year. What could be better than that? How about not 1, but 2 free gifts with your purchase? For a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text SUMMER to 64,000. That's SUMMER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. That's SUMMER to 64,000.
Hey, sis. Missed you this morning. Kim told me you weren't feeling well, so I'm just doing a self-care check.
Oh, thank you, friend.
How you doing?
Girl, listen, my energy was so low because I didn't eat breakfast when I got up, so I had to miss virtual yoga with y'all.
Trust me, I understand.
But I'm doing much better now that I've eaten, so I'm back on track.
Great. In that case, let's get some steps in tonight. I'll come over and we can walk around the lake.
Sounds good. Appreciate you being in my business, too. Now, let me get in yours. Did you check your blood pressure today?
I did that and my squats, okay?
Okay.
High blood pressure is not going to be my friend if I can help it. See you at 6?
Let's get it. See you then.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Check in on one another and be a part of a healthy blood pressure movement. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A federal judge has ordered a temporary halt to any payouts coming from President Trump's so-called anti-weaponization fund, while a lawsuit brought by 2 January 6 police officers against it is carried out.
The order from District Judge Leonie Brinkema specifically bars the administration, quote, from taking any further action pursuant to the creation or operation of the anti-weaponization fund. Judge Brinkema has ordered an expedited briefing schedule in the lawsuit and a hearing set for Friday, June 12th. Alex Mallon, ABC News, Washington.
On Capitol Hill right now, former Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is answering questions not under oath and behind closed doors about the release of the Epstein files. James Comer is chairman of the House Oversight Committee.
We're going to do everything in our ability to hold people accountable and try to understand how the government fail, but they did. They failed. There's no question.
Several of Jeffrey Epstein's victims were there as Bondi walked in. We've been here before. We'll see if this one holds. The latest draft plan for a 60-day ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran appears close. It would reopen the Strait of Hormuz and lift the U.S. naval blockade while discussions on Iran's nuclear program take place. ABC's Ian Pannell.
All those key issues, those problematic issues that weren't agreed on before the war, during the war, or during this ceasefire period have been kicked into the long grass. They won't be discussed until a later stage. And we have to wait and see the detail on exactly what that contains, presumably Iran's nuclear program, and how much time is being given for that to be agreed upon.
A successful rescue from inside that cave in Laos. Crews have rescued one person, and the late information we have is that that person has been brought to the surface. A bus failed to slow down in a construction zone on I-95 in Virginia today, striking several cars. 5 people killed, 34 injured. You're listening to ABC News.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Here it comes. Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap!
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Numbers are out for Thursday's Give to Lincoln Day. Good morning, I'm Jeff Moats. We have 68 degrees at KFOR. It was the Food Bank of Lincoln that came out with raising the most money at $497,000 in Thursday's 15th annual Give to Lincoln Day. Cedars was second. Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach was third. KFOR's Operation Santa Claus raised $7,700, and thank you to those who donated. Overall, about $10.7 million was raised from nearly 28,000 donations. Participating nonprofits also received a proportional share of the $650,000 match fund provided by the Lincoln Community Foundation and generous sponsors, including presenting sponsor Westgate Bank. Going on at this hour, the University of Nebraska Board of Regents holding an emergency meeting inside the Great Plains Room at the East Campus Student Union. The public has been invited to attend the meeting. The board is expected to go into a closed session to talk about matters related to a confidential real estate acquisition. Looking back at the past 13 years as Lincoln Public Schools' Director of Security, Joe Wright says the biggest accomplishment he did was LPS partnering up with other agencies and helping with threat assessment.
The team that we've assembled is ready to really take off. And I think we have a great new person in my position who will help with that. Dr. Scretta and Chief Morrow are particularly involved in this and supportive. So I really look forward to seeing what the team and our district and our police department are going to do in the next 10 years.
Wright, who was a 27-year officer and later a captain at Lincoln Police, is retiring from LPS on June 30th. His successor will be Nate Hill, who is currently LPD's Threat Assessment Coordinator. Hill will start on July 1st. Lincoln's first forecast is cloudy today, 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high of 75. 40% chance of thunderstorms tonight, a low of 63. Tomorrow, 50-50 shot of thunderstorms and a high of 81. 68 right now. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important, though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Get everything you need to take care of your lawn at Menards. Tired of all the bugs in your yard? Enjoy your outdoor space again with Ortho Bug Clear Granules. They kill ants, fleas, ticks, and other insects fast, controlling them for up to 6 months. Save big on Ortho Bug Clear Granules. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Happy Husker Homer Victory Friday. I got all the words out. Like horrible. Why is he hanging out? Tan man. He just asked me, he goes, why is my mic been off? I'm like, you talk a lot. Oh, no. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Well, if you put them on, we have to have your finger of the dump button.
Yeah, I can see you will. You'll unleash a little bit like the last NBA game. Oh, you did. He's hanging out with us. He's got a day with Dad, and we're going to head down and do a little lunch after this and then go watch some baseball. 3 o'clock today down there. Last night, Game 6, NBA Western Conference Finals last night. Very uninspiring from the defending champions last night. Now, you figured like you were going to get everything the Spurs could give you last night. You got the performance that you needed from a team against the wall, with their backs against the wall. Spurs get it done 118-91. Massive third quarter. That's where this thing was won for the Spurs, 32-13 in the third quarter, sending them to Game 7 in this. And Wembanyama, 28-10, played limited minutes last night, by the way, with the lead being so big, which is key in this one.
And that lead kind of ballooned late in the third quarter whenever he was off the floor,
which
is what stands out. But the other thing that stands out just from a box score point of view here, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 0 for 5 from 3, plus minus of minus 28.
Woo!
Worst of the Thunder. Hartenstein also had a minus 25. But whenever your best player, Shai, is minus 28 when he's on the floor, things just weren't clicking. The Spurs ratcheted up the defensive intensity. Whenever they got that crowd going in the second half, it felt like a boulder rolling downhill. It just kept on picking up, and Spurs roll forward to a Game 7. So I think you need to give a tip of the cap to the crowd down there in San Antonio. They were lively last night. I think there was kind of a give and a take. Spurs gave them some things to cheer about. They started cheering loud. The Spurs had even more to play for. They got fired up by that crowd, and they really put the clamps on the Thunder in the third quarter.
They did. And speaking of the
13 points for the Thunder in the third quarter.
Wow, yeah, 32-13. Speaking of the clamps, I think that's something to watch as this series has progressed. We've talked about that supporting cast for Shai. Shai's having this is the best defensive team I think he's played against in some time. He's having trouble getting to his spots right now a lot. So the supporting cast is even more important. Speaking of supporting cast, this could spell something different for the Spurs and the Thunder. Dylan Harper is healthy. He showed it last night with his performance. 18, 6 and 4, 6 of 9, 2 of 3, 4 of 4 from the line, plus 19 in just 22 minutes of basketball last night. He's been dealing with some stuff, and he looked really good last night. But I guess it was one of those things that's uninspiring basketball, but it'll be interesting as that'll go to Game 7. And we all know, what are the two best words in sports?
Game 7.
Game 7. And you're going to get everything you got, as that will be tomorrow for those two to see who's going to have the right to face the Knicks.
How big is it the series is going back to Oklahoma City for Game 7?
Huge. I think anytime you're at home,
especially a place like, they call it Loud City for a reason.
Anytime you're at home,
that building will be jumping.
You know, the one thing you'll have to fend off is, I mean, the Spurs. Again, this thing's going to go as far as Wemby, as Wemby's got to have those numbers, right? Got to have those numbers. Can the Spurs start off like they did last night and put the crowd backwards just a little bit? That'll be one to watch for. The Spurs jumped out quick last night, again, with a home crowd. And you kind of felt like it was still a game because it was, 60-53 at half, and Wemby had 20 or so, whatever he had. You kind of felt like it was still there, but then I said that third quarter. But can the Spurs get out quick or, be within striking distance at halftime, whatever that case is, and not let Shai be Shai? Because I think he'll be the one that'll – I'll be interested to watch Shai, how he reacts to the most pressure he's probably ever felt in a playoff game.
It's for as talented as both the supporting casts are. Game 7 to me, it really does come down. It's Shea v. Wemby.
Yep.
Who has the better game?
Absolutely.
That's how the series has been through 6 games. Look at Shea, look at Wemby. Who has the better game? That's been the team that's won.
Yep.
So I don't think you have to look any further than Game 7. The role players have been solid for both teams.
Shea
But
versus
when
Wemby,
it's Game 7,
your stars got to be the stars.
Stars got to be the stars. They got to step up and make plays when you need plays to be made. That's what it comes down to. You would probably say advantage Shea in front of the home crowd. And he's been a pretty clutch time performer over the last couple of years. Now,
absolutely.
A Game 7's a bit of a different story, but he's been pretty clutch. I think it's advantage Shea, but I would not be surprised to see Wemby go out playing. It's as simple as that.
Also, a little advantage, probably playoff experience. Thunder, or is that out the door in Game 7? You and I have talked a lot about playoff experiences and teams that have been there before. Slightly Thunder.
Slightly Thunder, probably. I mean, I'd expect to see the Thunder as 4.5 point favorites for this game, somewhere in there, 5.5.
Just had it. Sorry, I meant to mention that when I had it up.
What?
The odds right now, 3.5. 3.5.
I know ball.
You know ball.
I said 4.5. Close enough.
Close enough.
2%.
I would probably say. Sorry, continue.
What you got?
It's like 62% that they said OKC was gonna win.
62% on the meter.
I at 3.5, I would probably be taking the Thunder minus 3.5.
Yeah,
that's probably
a perfect line for it. Also tonight in the NHL, we got NHL tonight, Game 5. The Canadians are back across on American soil to take on Carolina, who seems to be. This series feels like it's about done after 2 overtime losses and a drubbing. Carolina might have taken not the soul. Just taking the legs out of the Canadians now in front of a very ruckus Carolina crowd tonight.
And it's something I said, I think 2 days ago. Or was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. There's a point in a series where both teams know who the better team is, and that's usually where the series is over. Has Montreal accepted that yet? We'll see. I'd also like to make a note here while we're talking a little bit of hockey. Claude Lemieux story yesterday. Sad.
Wow.
He's heartbreaking for a hockey legend, a guy that helped the Avs win their first ever Stanley Cup. So special place in my heart, even though that was kind of before my time. But he was kind of that perfect playoff gamer that every single playoff roster needed a Claude Lemieux on the team. He can only play for one team at a time, though. One of the reasons for his long career, his success, just a perfect fit for a locker room and for a team. Sad story, especially whenever he was the guy who carried the torch out from Montreal just a couple days ago.
Just 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah. Heartbreaking story. So wanted to quickly make light of that. Rest in peace to a legend, Claude Lemieux. But
unfortunate situation and story.
The question to me is, has Montreal accepted that Carolina is a better team where they still have some fight left? I think with everyone counting them out, I wouldn't be surprised to see Montreal get a win. This series is going to go to Carolina, and Carolina v. Vegas will be a fun Stanley Cup Finals.
It'll be fantastic.
But I'm not counting out Montreal out of this game just yet. Backs against the wall.
The odds are against them. When you look at it from the betting odds, minus 250 on the Carolina side tonight.
Well, it's going back. The series going back to Carolina, correct?
Yes, it's at Carolina tonight. That'll be 7:00 tonight for you. So a lot going on there. You got hockey, Game 5. You got Game 7 coming up tomorrow in the NBA because those, I believe, the NBA finals are set to start Wednesday.
Let it be known, I'll be watching college baseball and college softball.
We just like to tell you about it. You can do what you want. I know where I'll be, you'll be, and what we'll be watching.
If you are watching hockey and basketball, I ask why. Ole Miss, Arizona State tonight. That's the game to watch tomorrow. Husker softball against Bama. Husker baseball, you would hope in action tomorrow night.
Seward tournament.
who could miss that one?
8-10 in the morning at Seward. Depending on weather, what the fields look like, I'm sure, out in Seward, playing on the dirt. Always a great tournament out there, by the way. Out there as well. So, all right. Oh, yeah. Let's take a break. When we come back, we are going to go and talk some Nebraska high school sports with the one, the only, the myth, the man, the legend, the almanac, Jeff Moats. My buddy I got buddies coming to town in like late August. and my one buddy has probably been golfing. I don't know how many years. He just sent me a text and said, "Got a new putter. Y'all in trouble now." Look at the putter. We the people.
Sick.
It's the we the people. It says Odyssey, we the people. You can sit in that one if you want to try a different one. Or this one over by my left shoulder. Of course, you can't be seen like that. There you go. Hi, Tanner. He even got this morning, did his hair, just in case he got caught by the camera.
I did not. I might be late to the Husker baseball game today. We'll see how long it takes me to set up our best of this afternoon.
Moats. The stage is set.
Oh my gosh. Call the Guinness.
Call the Guinness?
What are we doing? Yeah. While you're at it.
I'd crack a Guinness here.
Talking about getting motor oil.
Guy gets a haircut and starts talking about drinking Guinnesses.
Why is my name say Justice Rhodey?
You have to change that. Sorry.
6'6".
I didn't check what the name was. I just got you all set to go.
Okay.
Don't mess the hair up.
Is the hair up?
No, just don't mess it up. Yeah.
Is the guy? Is the bear?
Mozart
time.
Is the guy?
Yeah.
Is the bear? You guys don't get that.
No.
You ought to know. Remember Super Troopers?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now I'm there. I was focused on my softball umpire call last night.
Oh, that.
Whatever it was.
My son was asking.
Is that I don't even know.
It's either graduation day or it's Randy Macho Man Savage making a triumphant return from the dead.
Should I stand up or what should I do here?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Have you seen Will Sasso and Dan Soder do their impressions of him?
We were talking about this.
Oh
yesterday.
my gosh.
On the air. Both I and Justice had this conversation
Oh,
off the air
man.
yesterday.
Just brilliant. Brilliant stuff. That's all I'm going to say. I'll leave it at that. As the host is busy texting.
I am. I was asked, will you do me a favor? Take this out in the hallway and just stand there for a minute. Just stand there for a minute. Do it for me. Do it for the people. No, right there. You'll see it. You'll go. You'll know what to do. There's a lot of nice people around here.
Just stand there, hold it out like this. First person to come and grab it.
Yeah, whoever grabs it. Watch. Let's see if the exchange goes well. Don't take the candy or the ice cream.
Be cool, kid.
Just stay right there. Watch.
We can talk.
We got the almanac, Jeff Moats. Moats, let's talk some high school athletics recap.
Well,
let's recap high school state baseball.
Yeah,
as we had some champs, ABC, and starting with some new ones.
Well, we begin with Class C as the trophy will stay. What's happening?
It's the exchange is done.
Who's the exchange with?
Don't worry about it.
Huxley called his drug dealer down.
Yeah, is that what it is?
I was ahead of you on the Guinness. I dashed it.
Jeez.
Well, your kid can't pick up Guinness? It's a private building.
Is that like sending your kid to the refrigerator and getting you another beverage?
Yeah, that's. I haven't gone that low because I don't get beverages out of the fridge, so he hasn't learned how to pour mine yet. So we're working on it.
I've been meaning to
Sorry.
train a dog. Have you seen the dogs that are trained to open the fridge and grab their own another beer?
Yeah.
I need to train a dog like that.
Well, you got a roommate that sits on the couch and does nothing all day. Train him.
Yeah, but it's a little disrespectful to a grown man. You go, hey,
well, he hasn't been doing anything all day.
Hey, buddy,
You're
grab me a beer.
You're just keeping his senses fresh.
He got the new James Bond game, and he's been grinding away on it.
Oh man! All right,
it's been spectacular to see
high school state
how
baseball.
how a man can spiral whenever the school year ends.
You know, I think the fact that Nebraska winning in extra innings in softball last night has got everybody upbeat, because down at police media briefing this morning, everybody was buzzing about it, talking about it. Everybody was thrilled to see how that all happened. And so, and come back here, you guys are obviously a buzz about a number of things, including Husker softball.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going down to the baseball game this afternoon.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, to recap what we were talking about here a few moments ago to start out was state baseball. Lincoln Lutheran, I should say, Lincoln Lutheran won their first state baseball title 3-2 over Elkhorn Mount Michael. So the trophy stays here in Lincoln. The last 3 years it's been out at Malcolm. So it's been
that's an awesome story, by the way.
That is an awesome story. Lincoln Lutheran for many years they were co-oping with Wahoo High School and Wahoo Bishop Newman. And some of the kids from Lutheran have to drive up to Wahoo to go practice or play games and so forth. And now Lincoln Lutheran, I believe this is year 3 of their own program, and they win the state championship, and they did it 3-2. This was a team, if you remember here just a couple of weeks ago, fellas, that was on the verge of not making the state tournament, but they got in on, what was it, a tenth of a point in the wild card?
Barely.
They barely got in, and they win the whole thing. So as a wild card, when they got in on the wild card, I think they are the first wild card entry in Class C to win the state title,
big time
in baseball. So
but got hot at the right time.
Oh, absolutely.
Teams playing well going into the postseason are the better teams.
Yeah, great baseball game, by the way. It was 3 great baseball.
Well,
games
there were
Saturday.
3 great championship games last Saturday. Now they were supposed to be played last Friday, and as we talked about last week, that everything was moved to Saturday, and Saturday was just a beautiful day all around for baseball and a lot of other activities. And then the second game was Class B. That one went extra innings. That went 10 innings, I believe. And it was like a 10-9, no, 8 innings.
And
8.
Yeah, it was 8 innings. It was 10.
Right.
It was 10-9. Omaha Skutt getting their first state title since 2017.
And that was a game of Skutt would throw a punch.
And Elkhorn North would throw one.
And Elkhorn North throws one right back. And here comes Skutt throwing the punch. And that was a fantastic baseball game. I guess with both Class B and Class A, if you like defensive baseball with not a lot of runs, not the games for you. Also, why would you be enjoying baseball with not a lot of runs? It was fun.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
With both those teams throwing punches. Elkhorn North came out. They started Christo, which is a bit of a surprise in that baseball game. And I think maybe saving some good arms for later innings. And they had that, but Skutt was swinging away, hitting the ball really well. Both teams were.
And I think that's Drew's little brother, isn't it? Yeah. So, both the first 2 games were really well played. And then we get to the Class A game.
Which all eyes were on this one for sure.
Because this was a rematch of a year ago, which was delayed by 2.5 hours because of weather. And East won on a walk-off, and Miller North ended up being runner-up. And then here they are. They meet again a year later. And Miller North came out of the gate swinging, and they threw the first punch and got up to an early lead. And then East in the second inning came back and got things going. Then they took control. Eventually, it was a 5-4 lead for East. But what I think was kind of the dagger for Lincoln East was what happened in the 6th inning for Miller North, and it was Caleb Schaefer that led off with that, or Caden Schaefer, I should say, Caden Schaefer that led off with that solo home run to tie the game up. And Grayson Bjorkman, I thought, came in, did a good job for Centina Aranaga, who had a rough start to the game. And then Bjorkman was doing a very good job, and I thought he pitched really good through the entire game. But everything was settled down, and he was grooving and moving along. And East offensively kind of hit a snag offensively where they just couldn't get the bats going. But then here comes Schaefer up to bat for Miller North, lead off in the 6th, and he hits a solo shot to left field. And that's when the tide turned. And then Miller North's pitching just settled down, buckled down. Smith coming in from right field did a great job, left-hander that did a terrific job to finish things out and kept East bats at bay for the most part. And then we go extra innings, and Miller North gets a runner on. Then they get this RBI triple that really opened it up, and you could tell right there the momentum really shifted, and they went up 6-5. But East managed to get a base runner on to lead off in the bottom of the 8th, and got the runner over at third. Unfortunately, it came down to a strikeout, which Trevor Roach struck out and ended the ball game. And Miller North gets their first state title since 2005, and they win it 6-5 in 8 innings over Lincoln East. And Miller North, a very tough team, 26-10 on the year to finish and state champs. That's very good. Lincoln East, impressive mark of 32-3, and all 3 losses were by 1 run.
Oh, wow.
Each by a run.
They've had a phenomenal run.
They've had a tremendous
the last 2
run.
years of great baseball they've been playing and making their way to the state championships, and they don't look to slow down.
No, they don't.
Maybe a slight step back, but we'll see.
You'll lose some guys that are going to go play summer ball elsewhere, especially the ones that are graduating. They're going to go play summer ball elsewhere. I will start to see some Legion teams play beginning next week. I took the week off, obviously, to kind of regroup and transition, but when I start seeing some Legion teams next week, one of the teams I'll look at is Carpetland, which is Lincoln East.
Well, they're a team that they take Legion ball incredibly seriously.
They do. They stay together.
There's a reason that they have made 2 Legion World Series in the past 4 seasons.
Yeah.
They take the summer ball circuit extremely seriously. Even if you have guys going off playing for other teams, travel ball, there's always someone waiting in the wings, ready to take their spot.
Because the cohesiveness that's been built up and the culture that's been built up in that program is something that Michael Lonick has seen as a benefit for his spring program, and that's what's led to their success. In some cases, depending on what the situation is for a player, if it's best for that player to go play on a travel squad for whatever reason, then there's exceptions. I think you can have guys that kind of bounce back and forth as long as there's like a written permission form established so that everybody is on the same page. But I think East, it'll be interesting to see who's back and who's going to be playing with them this summer. And this is a program that has built up a pipeline where they get kids coming in. And do they have a lot of kids try out? Yeah. Do they have kids that are very good that don't make the program, either JV or varsity? Yeah, that happens, and you see other kids transfer out elsewhere. So, and that's where you start to see the guys like over at Standing Bear. Okay, they make the state tournament in the spring. Now that's the big stepping stone they made. What's next year going to entail for them? Now they're moving to Class A. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting summer to watch baseball and to see who's back, who's trying to build up their program moving ahead toward next spring. And yeah, all that fun begins for me next week.
Again, congratulations to all those state champs out there. There was another on the links yesterday. There was some golf state championships, individual winners, and one of those schools is going to pop back up.
Yep,
we talk about state golf.
Lincoln East repeats a state champion as a team. They finished with a team total of 570, beating out Creighton Prep with 576, Omaha West Side at 586. Carter Honens is a state champ, and he led after the first round. Of course, had a pretty good second round, shot a 66 in the first, 68 in the second, for a total of 134 over 2 rounds. His father, David, was a golfer at Northeast. His uncle was a state champion golfer at Northeast as well. And, and had a sister that also competed over at East High. And Carter is a very good golfer, of course, as you can tell with this particular finish. And then right behind him and tied for second place was Zach Erstad of East, and he was tied with Harper Kalin of Creighton Prep, both shooting a total of 139 over 2 rounds. Other finishers from Lincoln in Class A, Chase Belka from Southwest finished 7th with 143. John Bryson was tied for 8th. He's from Southeast. He shot a 144, and he was tied with Max Moss, last year's state champion from Lincoln East, with a 144. And then the other Lincoln finishers that placed were Will Fiala from Southeast. He was tied for 17th with Hayden Tenneper of Lincoln Northeast, both of them shooting a 2-round total 147. Then Adam Erstad, the younger of the siblings from Lincoln East, he finished with a total of 153 over 2 rounds, finished 30th overall.
I just want to get adopted.
You want to get adopted?
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, there's athletes all over
Can I
the
just
place.
be taught? Hey, you want to go somewhere? I can get you a new fam.
Jeez.
I can't help you. You come back after you're trained.
Yeah,
After you're trained.
Wow.
Project Rory.
Yeah, there you go. Class B, Bennington won the team title. Norris was second. Pius X third. Tied for third was Landon Moore of Norris with Henry Stimson of Pius X, each shooting a 2-round total 152. Class C, Fremont Bergen is the state champ there. Lincoln Christian finished 5th overall in the team standings. Tied for 7th was Ben Moose of Lincoln Christian with a 2-round total of 144. He's one of our scholarship recipients this year from the KFOR Sportscasters Club. Also finishing was Brady Watson from Lincoln Christian. He shot 2-round total of 159. Cash Peterson shot a 160. Turner Holland, also Lincoln Christian, shot a 162. State champion in Class D was Creighton, followed by Red Cloud and Hastings St. Cecilia to round out the top 3 in the team standings there.
Okay, so you get back to Carter Honens here for just a second. He hit 4 consecutive birdies on a Thursday. It's the most birdies you ever hit in a row.
4 consecutive birdies.
Can I say, 4 consecutive birdies on Wednesday. And Thursday hit an eagle.
You have to
get back 9.
You have to get back to back to have in a row. So never
had back-to-back birdies.
I might have. It's just been a long time, but it ain't like that.
I've hit 1 birdie this year.
I had
big for me.
I had 1 on Wednesday. Now, question being is, how many have you putted for? Like 4 in a round sometimes, but I don't make them.
My golf
4
game
consecutive's crazy.
My golf game is like Al Chervik from Caddyshack.
Putting from 50 feet for birdie is not really putting for birdie.
No,
but I was on.
That's putting for a par.
I was on. Hey, yeah. What are your chances of 2 putting? Let's see what happens.
Better than my chance at a birdie, but still not great.
I have no golf game, is what I'm saying.
If I'm putting 50 feet for a birdie, just put me down for a bogey.
Yeah, good.
So, and the Boys State Golf Meet, that's the last event of the school year for 25-26. So the door's been shut.
Wow.
Now you got the summer stuff with Legion Baseball. There's summer basketball. You got all these travel teams that go play in these tournaments across the country, these all-star teams that, form and go play. And we'll try to follow those closely moving forward here as we go through the summer. But, that school year went by in a hurry.
Yeah.
It was
a great season. You guys did a great job.
Bringing these
things to the living room.
All the state champions that were crowned in a lot of sports from this area this year, truly remarkable. Congratulations to all. It was a fun winter for basketball. We had state champions crowned in boys and girls basketball in Class A from Lincoln. It was a terrific ride for everybody. And now we look forward to football season. Let's see if, the Lincoln teams can get over that proverbial hump in football. I saw there was somebody that put out a way too early preseason top 10 in Class A football.
Is that what we're doing now?
There's somebody that did on social media, and I saw that and I thought, oh, really? Have we gotten to that level yet already?
See that? The top 10s matter once you get to like week 3 of the high school football season.
Exactly. That's when you kind of tell, okay, who's separating from the rest of the pack right now.
It's so hard to tell what a kid who is 16 years old is going to do in one off season. You have guys that go from all right role players on a football team to the best player on the team within an off season. You don't know who it's going to be.
Right. And everybody's picking Millard North or Millard South again, Millard South to do it again. So
it's all this way too early stuff, because I want to bring this up and I want to shout out because YZ, this, that things getting done too early, and it's in youth baseball.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time where they're in the meat of their seasons, and there's a problem in things too early. What way too early rankings.
Right.
We're playing for this or that. In the select world, they're just in the meat of their seasons, and there's an early push for tryouts.
Already.
Moats, this is a major issue in all of it. This is a good thing. It is. It's a problem in youth sports. There's a push. In the next 3 weeks, you're going to usually have tryouts posted for next year. We're not even out of state yet.
See, and I remember when Jared was, I think he was going into 8th grade. He got something to go try out for one of the select teams around
And you're
here.
already playing.
And he was already playing the Cal Ripken League here in Lincoln. And so we get one of these in the mail, getting an invite. It's going to cost you this to do it.
But you're still.
But I told him, I said, I'm not trying to sway you, but I'm asking, do you want to go try out? If so, let's go try out. He said no.
Yeah. I just want to shout out the good thing, because it takes a movement for this to stop in confusing our kids, and I call it the portal of youth baseball. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's no free shout outs for sure. But I have been nothing but overly impressed with the Sand Hills complex and what Joe Fager and his team has done.
Yeah.
Yesterday, they put out a big time announcement to help stop this movement. They talked about as it's youth tryout season they put that in their statement. They're not allowing you to try out any organization at Sand Hills until after July 13th. They're saying they're not going to be a part of what's going on.
And I don't blame them, because
I just think it's meant to be said out there for our parents, for our kids, that it's let your seasons play out. So what they're doing is they will not allow you to have turf time at Sand Hills, any organization, to after the 13th, which is after all states.
Mm-hmm.
And now, if you want to do it after, guess what they're going to do for you? They're going to offer you free turf space to have your tryouts. It takes one to make the movement for this wild world of youth sports to stop of this. I've dealt with it. You probably deal with it. It's a world in the youth sports where in college sports, you hear the coaches talk about they have to re-recruit their own teams. Youth coaches are having to do that right now.
That's the domino.
I'm telling you right now.
But that's the domino effect that has happened in the last 6 years that we've had. And I'm not trying to open up another can of worms when it comes to NIL and stuff like that. Should there be compensation? I think there should be, for sure. But at the same time, there needs to be a little bit more control. Okay.
I mean, remember when youth sports is about going out and playing with your buddies from school?
Right. That's what it was for me growing up.
Yeah.
You go play ball with your friends that you grew up with or you went to school with. And now anymore, it's become a pathway for some, not all, but for some, to go to the next level. It's about getting to the next level.
Yeah,
what's going to be the next best thing for me to get my son or daughter to that next level, to where they can go play and maybe get a scholarship. And now in this day and age, it's about NIL.
Here's the problem. This is youth baseball we're talking
nasty.
here.
But
99.99% of youth baseball players are not at age 12 competing for a scholarship to a Division I school. And the ones that are that good, they're not competing for a scholarship. They're competing for MLB scouts to be looking at them at age 14. Almost everybody out there, you're competing to get a chance. Maybe you're going to play JV as a freshman. How awesome would that be? You can do that by playing with your friends from school. You don't need to go try out and go play for this team that's going to play 70 games in a summer and travel around the entire Midwest.
And you're spending a boatload of money at the same time.
For a kid that is just trying to make it on a varsity roster at some point in high school.
Right. But it's not just
nasty.
baseball. It's all sports. It's become that.
There were some instances last year where you had kids that knew they weren't going to be on the team next year, and then they're expected to go play in the state tournament with their team.
It's nasty.
It completely destroys their confidence.
Teams out there also do this to get rid of kids, and they add kids at state.
Played against a team that did that.
I can't believe that.
I'm telling you,
that is cold blooded.
It is a gross situation.
These kids play with them the entire year.
I'm happy to say that that Sand Hills is stepping up and saying, "Here's the deal." Now that doesn't stop organizations from going to any public field and doing whatever. But I just believe in life, it takes a movement. You might step up and go, "This is wrong. We're not doing it," because forever people have tried to do it to say, "Hey, calling organizations all over the place and say, hey, you guys want to do this with us? And it's always been it's always an arms race.
They're shopping around is what they're doing.
Well, and it's crazy to me. You're going through all this to win a 12U state tournament. Are you kidding me? You're not looking out for the kids here.
Now, I don't.
They're not.
Youth baseball is about the kids, but it's some coach or some guy running a team who's got the ego complex. Oh man, we gotta go win a state title to go be the best team in the state. They're 12. Who cares?
I have not had a kid that has played, at that level in several years now. Okay. And back then the coaches that we had for him were pretty good. It was all about, being a team, developing kids, being a team, going out and having fun. I don't know any of these select coaches around here. I don't know. But if they're doing this kind of crap where they're basically looking ahead to next year and having tryouts in the middle of the season, that's Bush League. I'm serious. That's gutless. That's called you don't care about the team. You're looking at the big prize. The point of a team is to develop kids to work together. It's part of the learning experience. You get to play a game. That's also the fun part of it. But you dash these kids' confidence by going out and having a tryout and then basically telling these kids that are on your team that you're not going to be back next year. I mean, that's cold-blooded. And I think any coach that does that, regardless of sport, should not be involved in coaching youth athletics.
They should be arrested.
Well, but the other thing is too, in some cases, not all, I think in some schools across the country, there have been parents that have been hired as head coaches of programs of high schools that have taken over and kind of bullied their way in, saying, we're gonna do it this way, or my kid or other kids are gonna go elsewhere.
It's out there.
You cannot. To me, when you get to high school, it should be somebody that's had experience as a coach, that's also an educator, that should be running the program. Okay, there are exceptions. If you are a school employee, okay, that you should be you can take part in being a head coach. Okay, if you've established credibility being an assistant coach and worked your way up and you're not really affiliated with the school at all, okay, that's different. But if you come barging your way in and saying, hey, we're gonna do this, and if you don't make this move, we're going elsewhere, try to bully an athletic department to do that, I think that's pretty spineless too. I think youth coaches need to look at themselves in the mirror and say, is what I'm doing setting a good standard, a good example for the kids, for the parents, and everybody else has got a kid involved, as a way to teach these kids, hey, this is what you're going to have to learn in the game of life, and it shouldn't work that way.
Nope.
You're there to play with the guys you've been playing with since day one. You're friends with. You go to school with them. You may not go to school with them, but you've been playing with them for a long time. That's how it should be. And open tryouts in the middle of a season. Had that happened as a kid for me, I would have quit. I would have quit there on the spot. If somebody would have said, well, we're not going to have you back next year, I would say, okay, I'll just walk away now.
It's crazy. Thanks for letting me bring that up, as I'm impressed with the movement. So, again, no free shouts.
Well, credit to Joe Fagler
and staff
and
making that call.
I've known Joe a long time. We were former teammates in high school, and Joe's got a great head on his shoulders. And, of course, he's the son of an educator and a former baseball coach, too. And, his older brother was another teammate of mine and he's a teacher and a former coach, and they know how that works. And so I think with what he's doing and putting his foot down is the right first step.
So thank you for that, Motzi, and thank you.
Oh, you bet. Sorry. I mean, I'm on a platform.
I love it. That's why I wanted to bring it up, because it's a spot that is.
And I don't editorial. I don't do editorials, but that was one that kind of hit me, and I'm like, I got to say something.
It's a very dark part of youth sports and high school sports right now that we're enduring.
And I'm not saying it's happening at the high schools per se here in Lincoln or in the state,
but there's still.
But in other parts of the country, it's happening.
Conversations are happening at all levels, but the tryout part, and again, going back to the tryout part of youth sports is a navigation that is ugly.
Yeah.
That you get put in the middle of, and as a coach, you're trying to do what's right, coach your team to develop as players and young men. And in the background, you've got calls being made and tryouts being set up. And the kids get in this and go, whoa, I got asked to do this and this. And then, like, where's that leave your other team and the loyalties of others?
Yep. Loyalty is a lost art.
It is.
Thank you out there to the adults, though, that are being adults.
Yes. Yes. And this isn't everybody. A great point, because it's not everybody. It's just it's the reality of what we deal with. You're going to see them start posting up. Watch the Facebook. You're going to see it and what we're talking about. So, all right.
No trivia today?
Oh, yeah. He got trivia. Sorry. I got sweaty over here.
Well, it's muggy in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, it's stifling. But I'm a large man, so I have every reason why to, express that. So,
Caleb, anything for trivia?
Oh no,
We just got so fired up. We didn't even know.
All right, good thing.
We got so fired up about it.
So anyway, hey, Nebraska baseball today at 3. We got Salt Dogs baseball tonight here on KFOR beginning at 6.
Starting up a new series, the Kane County Cougars.
Yeah.
First pitch, 6:30, pregame set for 6 o'clock.
Because Elijah's going to be here for it.
The Lincoln Salt Dogs Week in Review coming your way tonight. If you missed anything from this week of Salt Dogs action, catch that about 6:10 tonight on the Lincoln Salt Dogs at the Ballpark pregame show. Week in Review. I'll take you through the highlights of the last week if you missed anything.
And you can hear the game with Rich Ray, legendary Rich Ray.
You guys are the best. All right, Moti, thank you.
All right,
and as always,
have a good sports weekend.
There's the Almanac, Jeff Moats. We'll take our final break of the hour and come back. We'll talk more baseball, Nebraska, at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I just logged out of.
It's okay.
All right.
We'll get them on free half. She's not even here, I don't think.
All right, fellas, work to do. People to go see.
I made that deal. The deal is made.
It's not bad in here.
Yeah, see that rocket blow up yesterday?
Yeah.
From
You're
Blue Origin.
Mm.
Pretty electric. That's Bezos's rocket company. Blew up on the launch pad.
Of course it did.
What's up? Oh, the case is gone.
So he just broke it the rest of the way. So he decided to waste even more money there, huh? Huh?
You can go there and ask. If not, they'll store your luggage.
It was a little bit broken, so instead of trying to fix it, I just broke it even more.
Yeah, I know how kids do this thing. Kelly Prater agreeing with us on that topic. Thanks for exploring that topic, by the way, everybody, and you guys. Just something that gets me all fired up, and I was so happy when it got posted.
Gets me fired up because it happened to me, and then tried out for a new team, played the old team, kicked their butts.
Yep,
Yeah.
done.
Went 3 for 4 with
But
a double.
ultimately, it shouldn't get to that emotions for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't get to that point where that's happening. But it does. It's fine. We can talk about tickets after the show.
All right.
You guys are down.
Oh, we do have to get rocking and roll. We have I need to get the stream link up.
Yeah, because you guys are going right away. So let me know, yes or no.
I have a pass, media pass, but I'd still
okay.
I'd come sit in the suite.
I'm just writing down so I don't. You going today?
I'll see what my plans are. I'm not sure. I'll see if she wants to go.
Let me know.
Okay.
And if as the weekend progresses,
I have them. Yeah, it's the entire time.
If you have leftovers, I can send out some texts and make sure you get it full. But
yeah,
save that. You can keep your.
I'll keep updating everybody.
Yeah. Get everyone in there that you need to get in there.
Okay, 1 second.
Oops. Justice.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup. Special thanks here to the Almanac Jeff Moats, hanging out with us on a Husker Homer Victory Friday, as always. It's about that time, boys. A little pregame action happening here in Haymarket Park here soon. 3 o'clock, game one.
What do you mean by pregame?
You know what I mean. Just going out and having lunch. That's all.
Let's if we were to preview and predict this game, who needs to be the MVP for Nebraska today?
The bats, the lineup of Nebraska.
Can
I just, that's fair, the 9 dudes hitting.
The one guy that I have circled that you'd love to see get back on track is Moyer.
Yes.
Moyer leading off.
He was really good for his stint.
I mean, he was great for most of the season. Yeah. Hasn't been great over the last 2.5 weeks or so. He needs to find a way to set the table for the rest of the lineup, find a way to get on base. You put a guy in the number 1 spot in today's baseball for a reason, because he gets on base, gives you opportunities to drive and runs. So I think that's where it starts for me. The guy who's leading off the lineup, can he get back to his old self, getting back on base, in the highest average in the Big Ten? I think that would be huge for Nebraska. That's the first guy I've circled. And secondly, Yasa, got to go out there and
I think you set the game out of the gate. You set the tone.
Set the tone. One of those performances where it takes pressure off the Husker lineup because they know, hey, no matter what we scratch across, we feel good because the guy we have in the bump.
This to me is a game. If I'm Yasa, I'm going all out, right? I'm the one. I'm the setting the toe. I'm on the bump. And I know you teach pitchers all the time to attack the zone. This is that day. This is that day where Yasa's been terrific most of his starts. The occasional walk come into play. This is a game where I like to call you attack the zone and you pitch to contact. Pitch to contact. Right? Mm-hmm. Limit pitch counts, limit the big innings, or if they're out there, setting the tone, first pitch, all the things you talk to your pitchers about.
Not yet. Let your defense work for you.
And then the Nebraska bats, Moyer, going, but attack and get up early. You do that to a team that you're better than. It'll just start naturally happening in this type of setting. Is what I believe. Best case scenario, run rule today.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it.
Not count, but get one out of your way.
Again, I have the emotions of the day circled. How does this Husker lineup, how does everybody handle a full Haymarket Park that's been waiting on this for years? A goal that you've been building to over the course of years. How do you handle the emotions of finally getting that home regional? That's the first question I'd like to see get knocked out. Hey, if they handle it well, awesome, run will be great. But the main thing, and that's go get a win. But I do have a question for you guys here before we get out, because I know we're up against it just a little bit. Tonight's game, you guys taking Arizona State, you guys taking Ole Miss?
Arizona State.
Because I think if Nebraska were to win this afternoon, which I think there's a good chance of that as it stands right now, baseball's baseball, but I'm curious to see that other game. That other game will tell me a lot about how the rest of this regional is going to go.
I agree. But again, I think you're going to be plus advantage with Nebraska getting to that. Carrot Top, come back.
And he just walked away.
He walked away. Justice was outside. Tarps were on, by the way, just let everybody know. Tarps
For now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Elijah. We get out of this game, get it done. It sets the tone. You're going to get plus advantage. You're going to be facing the number 2. I think the big advantage for that one also was they're going to face their number 2. They're going to get ours. But the fact that I anticipate today being a really good environment. Wait till tomorrow night what that could feel like at Haymarket Park.
Especially this game. Hey, there's still going to be folks that have work and whatnot on a Friday afternoon.
Yep. Word.
This is not the game that I'd expect would set an attendance record. It's still going to be full in there, don't get me wrong. But tomorrow night, prime time, if you win today, ooh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Haymarket's going to be bouncing.
I don't know without it. I don't know if I'll be able to handle myself. Tanner, I will tell you this. You boys better play well tomorrow because I don't want an 8 o'clock Sunday bracket play. No pressure.
Tanner, you got to learn to play well, and then you got to learn how to drive dad home. We'll keep celebrations. I'm kidding.
Keep it under the control. Whoa, here we go. What a Husker Homer Friday. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us today, 3 o'clock baseball with Nebraska. The regional's off and running. By the time Monday, we're going to know a lot. Softball weekend. Great Husker weekend ahead of us. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you on a Monday.